Check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. All right, so financial transformation magic. If you're familiar with the channel, then you know that this is some magic I've been performing out this book that is supposed to be about a year-long ritual. About a year that it's going to take to complete all the magic in the book. So anyway, I'm about halfway through ritual number 6. So I'm going to read and share with you what this particular ritual focuses on. As I've said, before every ritual in the book, the author writes a brief chapter that puts in context to what the upcoming ritual is aimed at. All right, so I'm going to read this. And then afterwards, I'll try to keep it brief. I'll just give a quick little detail about any certain experiences I've encountered as of late, as I believe it relates to doing the magic. All right, so I ain't going to keep holding you. I'm going to read it and we'll go from there. So, the limits of wealth. The benefits of wealth are so obvious that I probably don't need to list them for you. When you have money, life is easier, more comfortable, and far more enjoyable. It removes stress, opens doors, and gives you choices that others don't have. If you ever struggle with money, you already know that financial security is worth more than most people admit. The world tells you that money can't buy happiness, but life feels so much better when you never struggle to pay the bills. When you have money, you don't have to think twice about where to live, what to eat, or how to spend your time. You can travel freely, see the world, and experience the best of life without hesitation. You can take care of the people you love, helping them in ways that were impossible before. You can explore passions, hobbies, and opportunities that would have been out of reach. And more than anything, money gives you freedom, the ability to make decisions based on what you truly want, rather than what you can afford. I could go on, but I don't need to convince you that money is wonderful. You already know that. But there are things that money won't fix. That's not a warning, just a fact. If you expect wealth to solve everything, you may be disappointed. Money can buy experiences, but it can't buy enjoyment. You might think that when you're rich, everything will suddenly become fun. Every meal will be a delight. Every purchase an event. Every experience a thrill. That's true for a while, but novelty fades. Hold on. All right, my bad. Where we at? If you expect wealth to solve everything, you may be disappointed. Money can buy experiences, but it can't buy enjoyment. You might think that when you're rich, everything will suddenly become fun. Every meal will be a delight. Every purchase an event. Every experience a thrill. That's true for a while, but novelty fades. I've been in restaurants so exclusive that you need to book months in advance. And I've eaten greasy takeaway pizza. And sometimes the pizza is better. The truth is, the excitement of the high-end experience wears off if you do it too often. and a cheap meal with good company can feel like a feast. I once stayed in a hotel that cost $18,000 a night. It had butlers, endless outrageous luxuries, and a view that looked like something from a dream. And yet, I didn't enjoy it as much. I didn't enjoy it as much as a place that cost a fraction of that. Because at some point, comfort is just comfort. When you first go from struggling to secure, it feels like a miracle. But when you go from secure to excessive, the excitement fades more than you might think. Money can make you more attractive, but it won't bring love. People will treat you differently when you have money. They'll laugh at your jokes, agree with your ideas, and act like you're more interesting than you really are. And if you're not careful, you might start believing it. Wealth attracts people, but not always the right ones. It makes it harder to tell who genuinely likes you and who sees you as an opportunity. This is why so many successful people end up feeling lonely. They know that money can buy admiration, but it can't buy love. Money can buy distractions, but it won't fix anxiety or unhappiness. If you're anxious now, you'll be anxious when you're rich. The things you worry about will change, but the worry itself won't go away. Money removes stress about bills, debt, and survival, but it introduces new stress, investments, taxes, security, and the fear of losing what you've built. I knew someone who came from nothing and built a fortune. He told me that before he had money, he thought about it constantly. He assumed that once he was rich, he never had to think about money again. But the opposite happened. Once he had money, he spent even more time worrying about it, how to grow it, how to protect it, how to stop people from taking it. I've felt this myself. When I was young, there were times when I had almost nothing. I had to count every penny, plan every meal, and make sure I never ran out of money. I thought wealth would make that stress disappear, and in some ways it did. But I was surprised to find that money didn't erase worry. It just changed the shape of it. Money can buy access, but it won't guarantee respect. There are people who assume that being rich means being admired. But money alone doesn't make you interesting, respected, or valued. If you rely on money to make people admire you, you will be sorely disappointed. In fact, wealth can make people resent you. If you flaunt it, some will envy you. If you try to buy status, people will mock you behind your back. If you think money alone will open every door, you'll quickly learn that there are places where respect matters more than wealth. Being rich does not improve your view of humanity by default. You will see the worst of people, from those rich idiots who waste and squander, through to the jealous who will wipe you out of existence if they could. What's the point of wealth if it won't fix these things? The point is freedom. Money won't guarantee happiness, but it gives you the time and space to create happiness. It won't make you loved, but it will give you the ability to choose who you spend time with. It won't erase your worries, but it will let you avoid unnecessary suffering. The mistake people make is assuming that money alone will change their inner world. Read that part again. The mistake people make is assuming that money alone will change their inner world. It won't. but it will give you the chance to work on yourself without the distractions of financial struggle. The most satisfied wealthy people are the ones who use their money to create the life they truly want. That means using it for experiences that bring genuine joy, building meaningful relationships, and shaping your time around what matters most. If you understand this now, before wealth arrives, you'll be in a much better position when it does. You won't waste time chasing the illusion of happiness through money. You'll use money for what it's meant to be, a tool, not an identity. All right, so then that leads to ritual number 6, which is the ritual I'm currently on. So ritual number 6, moving beyond the illusion. You can clear the haze of fantasy that surrounds wealth, freeing you from the illusions that make money feel like the ultimate answer to every need. Using this ritual doesn't reduce your desire for wealth, but sharpens it, so that what you draw into your life serves you fully, without disappointment or disillusion. You release the false expectations that wealth will fix your insecurities, make you more lovable, or remove all your worries. Instead, it aligns your vision of wealth with reality, where money becomes a tool for freedom, self-expression, and deep satisfaction. Alright, so this ritual lasts a total of 11 days. Here's the schedule, and you would be chanting the sound ooh eh ah, ooh eh ah, ooh eh ah. All right, so all the rituals in this book, as I said before, is financial transformation magic. So, and when you see that word transformation, is typically meaning alchemy, which is meaning that this is about changing on an inner level, on a subconscious level, right? So the rituals in this book is not rituals like a ritual to make you sell more product, right? Or a ritual to make you find unexpected money. Although all of those things will probably happen as an effect of doing the magic. But the magic in the book is all aimed at clearing up your blockages on the subconscious level, right? Being at that where the shit starts at, right? It's about changing on the inside so that the outside world can match it. Anyway, just a couple of things about the book. I've already said a couple of things before about slight experiences or things I've encountered. The book, the author says that there's no disruption per se working with the angels in the book. I definitely feel like this magic has come with some slight disruptions. Nothing thus far, nothing like what I was hearing people talk about when they was performing wealth magic. Like, I would hear people talk about those disruptions, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit like change your whole flip your whole life upside down things. You know what I'm saying? I ain't experienced nothing like that. But I've definitely experienced mishaps, and I definitely continue to experience things that seem to be unfortunate, but nothing that's too crazy. And also, I've said this before, but also the mishaps that I've experienced, they all seem to be connected, though, to things that I've been procrastinating on fixing and changing, that I've already known. Parts of me that I've already known that I need to address and tune up. And all of those unfortunate events always seem to be linked directly to those aspects of myself that I know I need to better. Quick example would be, I just recently got a ticket in the mail. I ain't been pulled over or nothing, but I got a ticket in the mail from getting clocked on a camera when I was in Missouri. And I guess I was speeding, and the camera clocked me, and they just sent me a ticket in the mail. And because they got my tag, my license had just recently got restricted. So also with the ticket, then I just got they also just gave me another ticket for driving while suspended or whatever, right? So I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that shit just seemed to come out the blue. However, the restriction on my license, though, like, I've been on this and I've been saying this like the whole year, that I need to call and get taken care of, see what I need to do. And I've just been procrastinating on and kicking the can down the road, right? So now, boom, here pops up a situation which is about to force me to have to resolve the issue with my license, or at least get on the ball about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of just forcing me to do some shit that I already know to do. And that's just how all of the little unfortunate events have been popping up. They all been like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always been some shit to where I'm like, man, why didn't I just take care of that shit, and then I wouldn't be dealing with this shit right now. So it has been some minor disruption, but I feel like I'm kind of getting it. On the other side, I mean, it's also been several fortunate, unexpected things. Like just today, for instance, I ain't had no washer and dryer at the crib. I absolutely hate doing laundry because I got to pack it up and go across town and do it here and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So the laundry be piling up and all of that. But today, for whatever reason, I just got a wild hair in my ass. I'm like, man, pack up these sheets and shit and go do the laundry right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like, whatever, I was just motivated to do it. So I was like, fuck it. And I packed it up, put it in the car. As I was headed to the laundromat, I bumped into a friend on the way, and he sees that, you know, I got the laundry in here and shit. And he's like, you ain't got no wash and dryer at the crib? And I was like, nah, I ain't had one. And he's like, oh shit, my girl in the house, she got a set. She got a working washer and dryer in storage right now. And you can have it for $100. You know what I'm saying? $100, that's 50 for the washer, 50 for the dryer. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's working in good condition. Like, you ain't gonna beat that. And I got it delivered and hooked up. Like, all that for $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to attribute that to the magic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing else that makes logical sense. You know what I'm saying? Besides that. So it's also been a lot of several fortunate events like that as well. So the magic is definitely doing its magic, but it's still a long road, and then it's supposed to continue even longer, you know what I'm saying, for years to come, even after you actually get finished completing the magic. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, good book. If I was you, I would get it and I would get to work on it.